I'd like to give you one more example in this section about solving equations for variables. Let's look at another example. P equals 2w plus 2l. This equation is actually relating three different variables, and it's actually a real formula. It's the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. That would be the variable that represents the actual perimeter. That's width and length. So of a rectangle, if you can imagine a rectangle, it has two widths and two lengths, and if you calculate the perimeter, you would actually be doing two widths and two lengths, and you could evaluate for a perimeter. So again, here's an equation with three variables, and we want to solve for one of them. That is to get L all by itself on one side of the equation. That means our answer will involve the variable P, and it will involve the variable W. Let's go through the algebra steps. Hopefully this helps. All right, solving for L. Reverse operation in reverse order. So right now L is being multiplied by 2, and then we're adding that on to 2w. So what we need to do is get rid of this 2w. So we want to subtract off 2w, noting that there's a plus or a positive sign out here, and that 2w right now is positive. So we're going to subtract 2w from both sides. Here's what that looks like. So subtract, again, 2w from both sides. So here, as long as we consider and keep that operation and the operations in front of these expressions, we can rearrange the order to our advantage. Let's rearrange it this way. 2w, let's move that over and keep the subtraction with it. So 2w minus 2w plus 2l. Here we have the left side still what it is. But the advantage here, we see now that this and this combine to be 0. And they undo each other, or they cancel each other out. So what we have now is 2l equaling the left side. So that looks better, right? Trying to get L all by itself, right now it's being multiplied by 2. So the next step is simply to divide both sides by 2. So here's what that looks like. So divide both sides by 2, the entire left side by 2. So let's note this can be written as 2 divided by 2 times L. And so that's really just 1 times L. So you can come up here. 1 times L equaling the left side. Or just L all by itself. So we've done the job here. Solve for L. L is all by itself, so this equation here is our final answer, or one of them. We could rewrite this in a number of ways, actually. Let me give you two more. We could take 2 and consider that 2 must divide into both pieces of that subtraction, and we could rewrite this way. P minus, or divided by 2, subtract 2w minus 2 equals L. That's an advantage because now you recognize hopefully that 2 and that 2 will divide out to 1, and we get L equals P over 2 subtract 1 times W, or L equals P minus 2 subtract W. So that's one way right there, and then there's another way we can write our answer. So those two ways. I was going to give you a third, but I don't see a third, so just these two. Either this or this will get you the right answer.